You guys went running. Twilla and Toucan went running their ass off. They're out here. Their heads were on a swivel left and right. I was down the block. They went running. They didn't even walk in smoothly. They're like, fuck it, we're going to go full sprint. Their heads are on a real swivel looking around. Paranoid. They've been going through it. These people right here have been going through it. I noticed they put that sign down there now. Oh, they're trying this again. They're trying a personality test. They're trying I swear to God, every day is something new with these guys. You have to see, they've been flailing so hard lately. They brought all new recruiters out here. It hasn't worked. They're like plain clothes, but honestly, they're all like 65 years old. It's summertime, right? Summertime. I'm wearing shorts. People are wearing summer attire. They got these people in like slacks and button-down shirts in the heat with their oversized shoes. All of it is cheap. Everything they do is cheap. The other guy, you know how the guy with the volcano shirt? He was wearing a volcano shirt again today, like he does most days. And then you got this new guy who was with Shannon yesterday. I caught Shannon all the way down there by the Chinese theater. Her and the guy in the yellow shirt guy. He wears the same yellow shirt all the time. But what I have noticed is that every time I catch him, he may be wearing a yellow shirt, but he's not trying too hard. It's like his heart isn't in it. His heart is definitely not in it. But yeah, no, Shannon was down there. I was walking on the street. I got word that she was down there. I got word for a couple of days now that she's been down by the Chinese theater, and I edited out some of the stuff, but she was just frantically trying to hand out those slips. So yeah, now they're doing this now. Take your free person. They're trying a personality test again. They can't get anybody in this motherfucker. Last week I had a guy come up to me. He showed me video. It was 2 o'clock in the morning and they were recruiting out here. 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock. And I know nobody's in there because Toucan's out here. Toucan's like their main person when they're doing the personality tests and stuff. Toucan's like their main person in the back, getting them to do that, get hundreds of dollars. Gotta keep an eye on these guys. I don't trust them lately. One of those guys was running interference for him, telling Jessica they do nothing wrong and leave him alone. See, even the babies, they come by, they start crying. They come by, they start crying. It's natural. Can't believe they're doing a personality test again. Anyway, these guys are feeling so much heat lately. They're getting hammered. Did you guys see the interview that Jenna Miscavige did on News Nation? Where Scientologists were harassing the reporter? Apparently in the past they did a segment on Scientology, so she immediately started getting phone calls to her cell phone. So the reporters are telling about this stuff. Do you think that makes you guys look good, OSA? You think people are gonna be like, oh, wow, that's a really cool organization that harasses reporters like that? But, nah, you don't want that. You know, he knows. These people are smart. He said they brainwash you with that. See, people are not, they can't get anything done. They could keep on bringing out all these billboards again. So this is new. I mean, this is old, but it's new. They've had this sign here before, but they didn't have this sign. They changed it around a little bit. Now they actually have it says Scientology. It used to have like a flare right there, so you couldn't really see Scientology too well. Life Improvement Center. Life improvement. Life improvement. Hey guys, you're gonna get your life improved by Twilla and Toucan, who are essentially slaves working 110 hours a week for no money. Somehow they sleep in bunk beds, 4 to 6 per room, and they're gonna improve your life. Imagine thinking you guys improve anybody's lives. Hey, you could be just like us, sleeping in a bunk bed. You could be just like us. So we're gonna improve your life. Man, shut your bitch ass up. And then they have Reverend Joe, who's, I call him Randy. Some people say his name is Fred, but I saw mail that correspondence he had with somebody where he was called Reverend Joe. So who knows? But there's video of him bringing people into that room, and they're like, oh, no. And he's like, it's 20 minutes. He's like, just 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Like, thirsty as hell. They're thirsty as hell right now. And you know why? Because Scientology's going through a hard time right now. They're going through a hard time right now. All their little desperate tactics that they're doing lately, having Shannon over way down there, just forcing people to take tickets. They're desperate. Out 2 o'clock in the morning, they're desperate. The higher up told me, he's like, you guys got to make some money. Yeah. Everybody knows. And the thing about it is, guys, you know the thing about it, Shannon? I understand you guys are being stressed because you're not meeting your recruiting goals, but nobody's joining anywhere. No one's joining Scientology. Nobody's falling for this anymore. You're the only suckers. And people be like, oh man, you should feel bad for Shannon. I don't feel bad for shit with Shannon. Shannon's in here trying to recruit people into the cult. Shannon's trying to recruit people into the cult. I'm gonna feel bad for her. She's a true believer. She's the worst of the worst. You know, those suckers over in the blue building who just look absolutely depressed, just walking back and forth, they got a bad life. But she, you got to be a real believer to put you over here. If she had some doubt in Scientology, you're not making you a recruiter. They're not doing that.
I follow your Instagram. Support your cause, man.
I appreciate it. You fuck the slaves, right?
Dude, slimy and evil.
Slimy and evil. And
I actually wondered if we would see you when we walked by. I was like, he said he's going to be there every day.
well, I come by for a little bit,
Yeah,
but
dude.
they're going through a hard time right now, so I figured put a little bit more pressure on them.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's actually insane that it just exists to the extent that
I keep on. I'm so offended about, like, there's this video going around of a 12-year-old that walked in there, and they're like, how old are you? He said 12. Like, oh, okay. Like, they're just going to accept a 12-year-old in there. These people right here, Shannon and Twilla, I know, right now.
Shannon and Twilla.
Twilla and Toucan's in there right now. They work 110 hours a week. They don't get paid. They get $47 a week allowance. They're disconnected from the family, no internet access, no cell phones, just disconnected from the world. And they want to pull 12-year-olds into that mess, Imagine you'd think that they at least have to get their parents' consent before they do that, but they have no problem because they feel that children are just young adults. They're reincarnated into children's bodies and all that comes with that. So they treat them as adults. And no matter how many times I could tell them, stop doing that, they see nothing wrong in that. Hollywood High School is right around the block. And they walk past there every day after school, like most school students would, walk down the boulevard, and they'll try pulling them into there. That's shameless.
That's so scary.
Yeah. And again, they're not hiding what they're doing.
Yeah.
Some of these people are from other countries. They bring them here on religious visas, and they take their visas away. So now they're here working 110 hours a week for no money. That sounds like slavery to me, doesn't it?
I see what you're saying.
And then, human trafficking.
Right.
And it's not happening somewhere hidden. It's right here, Hollywood Boulevard. This intersection probably gets more traffic than anywhere in the West Coast. And they're doing it right out in the open. In this historic building, it's the first hotel in Hollywood. So we should be celebrating this building. Well, yeah, that's interesting, right? So this is the recruiting center downstairs where they try to get people in, take their personality test right there, ask you 200 questions, but it's
Yeah.
all sales. They're trying to find out information. And now that they know how to make the sale against you, and no matter what, at the end of that test, they're gonna say, your life is fucked up, you need our help. Give us $300 right now, we'll get you signed up in the first coursework. Like it's a religion where you have to keep on paying more and more money, millions to even learn basic stuff.
Right.
You know, and I'm not a religious person, but I just don't feel like if I go over here and grab a Bible, they're gonna charge me a couple $100,000 for it. And you know,
Right. Yeah.
whereas they are. And again, these windows used to be open. I mean, these windows, they actually are open. They're the electronic windows where they press a button and they fog out. So when they have a suppressive person come around, like myself, they fog out the windows. A lot of money to hide. Again, everything's lit up here, but they kind of didn't light up the word Scientology right there. And at nighttime, it's really hard to see it. So they try to get you in there with all this. You know, a personality test actually sounds kind of cool, not gonna lie.
Right. Yeah.
But and they call it the Oxford capacity test, trying to make it seem like they're associated with Oxford. Yeah, but it's just them. It's all a scam. It's all sales. People live upstairs, 4 to 6 per room. They get back at around 11:30 at night. They leave out of here again at 7 something in the morning.
Canvassing, basically.
No, these people here go over to by the junction to the media building. They work at Scientology TV, and so they basically
I've seen that channel.
they spend 15 hours a day over there.
How much fucking money do these people have? Like, it's insane.
You know, you think they have a ton of money? I don't believe they have a ton of cash. I think what they do have is a lot of properties. Like since they're a religion, they're tax exempt, right? So they're not paying any taxes. So to stay tax exempt, they have to put that money to use that they get for donations or whatever revenue. And you would think a religious organization would say, you know what, I'm gonna put that money to use. Let's help out some homeless people out here on the street and stuff.
Sounds like they have a lot of blackmail and leverage.
Well, that's another thing, right? They have that they would call auditing sessions, where they hook you up to it. It's basically a bootleg lie detector test and just ask you all your personal questions. And they're doing this hours per week for years, finding out all your information about you, you know?
Right.
And then they're recording it too. So yeah, you can leave whenever you want. Look at them trying to go in.
Yeah.
You trying to go in there, brother? Oh man, they already know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's just a big joke, you know. It's
They-
like, ever since South Park had that episode on it,
Ever since South Park.
At the same time, it's still like so many people that are even like born into it. Like I know I watched the Lena Remini documentary. And it was like, she was born into it.
Yeah,
It was like,
that's a really rough one.
Yeah.
Now imagine you being born into it and they don't really go to school, they go to Scientology school, so it's not like they're learning like actual, things that are helpful in life.
Right.
They're learning Scientology. So think how that just like rots your brain as a child. Not to mention you're not having normal interactions as a child. I remember one night at the building down there a year and a half ago, we saw them at 1 o'clock in the morning putting people on, kids on vans transporting. Like what the hell are you doing with kids at 1 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. They separate them from families and stuff. To be in a Sea Org, you're not allowed to have any children. So that's a lot of like forced abortions. And like I was saying also is, the blackmail, they're recording all those auditing sessions where they're finding all that stuff. So you can leave whenever you want, but it'd be a shame if your family or friends or employer finds out this information. They have that all hanging over you.
Oh wow. Oh, it's just so slimy. It's so evil.
It is.
see, what haven't we heard about them though? What is it that we haven't heard?
So that's a thing. They're saying, hey, come. Well, I think what they're trying to say is, hey, you've been hearing all this stuff about us. Come find out the truth. Well, come out here and tell them the truth.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to run and hide. You can have an open conversation. If I truly believe in something, they signed a $1 billion contract, so they truly believe in it, right?
Right.
If you believe in it that much to sign a $1 billion contract, you should have enough confidence to come out here and explain it to people instead of use deception. Again, they're not saying, hey, join Scientology. They're saying take that personality
They
test.
isolate you.
Exactly. And it's highly manipulative. So
Yeah, damn. Well,
they're going through a hard time right now. So I think, like I said, all these things like South Park just really, oh, look at them. Look at the windows.
oh, wow.
But she's ducking behind the desk.
They got mics out here.
But why is she ducking behind the desk? Look, I see you, Twilla. Why is she doing that? That's just... So yeah, along the walls you have their... I don't know.
It's also just weird how they use a cross.
Well, that's interesting, right? So it's an 8-point cross.
Yeah.
It's made to look like they're associated with Christianity. But L. Ron Hubbard said that Jesus Christ was a lover of men and young boys, that he was a pedo.
Yeah.
You know, and he also said that Jesus had a huge ego and that he called himself the Antichrist. But in December, they set up the Christmas tree over there. They have Santa Claus. They say Merry Christmas in the window. They use this as a whole recruiting tool. Get families to come over there and say hi to Santa, take pictures with Santa, and then try to shepherd you into here. So they're using another religion as its recruiting tool. You don't see them celebrating L. Ron Hubbard Day or Dianetics Day or the Maiden Voyage Day and their religious holidays.
Right.
They're not advertising that out here, only when they can use Easter as a recruiting tool.
Something more familiar.
Especially, that's really messed up because they use Easter's a recruiting tool to get kids to come out to their events and then try to use it.
Yeah, it's a whole manipulation game.
Yeah, so.
Oh, religion, man.
Yeah. And you saw their windows, the magic windows.
That was such a bad move.
They spent a lot of money on those.
I couldn't even.
I take great pride in that.
Heck yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad someone out here is, putting pressure on them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, gosh, I even recognize your voice. I listen to your videos.
That's usually, I think most people recognize my voice. They have no idea what I look like because I don't show myself often, but you can hear my voice.
Yeah, that's good. No, it's good what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Where are you guys from?
San Diego.
Okay. Up here for a little time?
We had a concert we're going to.
Oh, okay. Where? The Bowl?
Palladium.
At the Palladium. All right.
Bunch of metalheads,
Okay, yeah. You stopped by the Ozzy Star down the street?
No,
Oh,
we didn't
should
see
we?
the Aussie Star.
It's right
Oh,
down.
I think we're out of time now.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on the way to the Palladium, yeah.
Yeah, we have to go find some parking down the street. Not gonna spend $50 for parking.
Yeah, but you
They probably
yeah,
never
but you can
felt
find
normal
parking
before,
around
you know
there.
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's a Thursday night. Yeah.
Thursday night, and honestly, tourism's been way down.
Oh, really?
And how it's
Doesn't seem like
this is summertime.
Yeah, right.
This summertime, it's usually I'm annoyed with tourists. I usually have to walk in the street to get around the crowds.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There's no issue with crowd. You don't see vendors out here. It's just empty.
People aren't as interested in Hollywood, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it's having a rough time lately. I think all of LA's had a rough time with this tourism. We're not getting any international tourism. The bread and butter here is usually Canada and Mexico and Australia. They're just, sorry. And we're just not getting any tourism for like the last 6 months.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I was thinking well, the kids pretty much went back to school, but
Yeah.
still, it's
So I'm from New York. We used to go back to school in September.
Right.
Hollywood High School started school this week. I'm like, that's so unfair. It's still
It's still summer.
still summer.
It's like, yeah.
You should not be, it should be a rule. You should never have to go back to school before September.
Right.
Preferably Labor Day or something like that.
Yeah, Labor Day. Yeah.
I work for a school district and we start beginning of August. So,
Wow.
Yeah, because it's 7th, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty rough.
Yeah, that's right.
But we get more vacations too in general.
Okay.
We get like a 2-week fall break, like in October, and then we also get Thanksgiving for like a week and a half.
And not to mention, you live in San Diego, that is a vacation. That's like, think of how people want to travel from all, if you live in Iowa in December, where do you want to be? You want to be in San Diego.
And we still go to the beach up until October. It's great.
Yeah.
And then if you have somebody who comes out here from Nebraska, whatever, in January, when we're not even thinking about going in the water, they're like, no, this jumping right in because.
You got ice bucket.
For us, it's an ice plunge. For them, it's just like normal weather.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Well, so nice chatting. with
Nice
you.
meeting you
Be
guys.
safe out there.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I appreciate
Cause,
it.
dude.
Take care.
Yeah.
Enjoy your concert too. I don't know, Twilla opened the windows up for a minute. I don't know what that was about. I guess because the people were wondering what was going on inside, so I guess she showed them. I don't know. What happened to Brian, man? I don't know who Annan Sparrow is. I'm not well versed in all that stuff. So I figured I'd come out here and put a little pressure on him tonight, just for a little while. Like I said, taking desperate tactics right now. Oh yeah, did you guys see how they called in, or they started harassing that reporter during the interview on News Nation? Lady said right before the interview with Jenna Miscavige, there were 8 phone calls that came in. No, they stopped counting at 8. And 2 phone calls during the interview and demanding that they read the message. You could, kiss my ass, all your demands. They always try to demand, you need to do that. Who the fuck are you people? The whole world clowns you people at this point. Everybody laughs at you. If I come walking by over there on the other side of the street, I'll see a group of 10 kids out here just clowning them. Just destroy. Yeah, that 12-year-old destroyed him. He gave Toucan a business. Toucan, I don't even know why she was engaging, but he gave it to her. Yeah, they're having a hard time. Man, he was just hammering them. So desperate right now. Yeah, man, these kids, you're right. Kathy's right. These kids are just hitting them nonstop. Every time I go on TikTok and stuff, this stuff is blowing up. And it's on all platforms. Like they said, that couple right there said they know me from Instagram. But it's blowing up completely exploded on TikTok, just into the stratosphere. I don't know if you guys saw it. Jenna made a TikTok account. It's got 250,000 followers in like 10 days. Streets, I think Joe is somebody else. The blonde guy pictured on the side of the building. Oh yeah, no, that's Joe too. That guy, I pulled all his shit. Trying to think of his last name. I have it all written down. That Joe right there, I did a video on him. A video when he was over at, when I caught him at the Taste of Soul Festival. I was like, man, black people ain't going for this. Man, they were not hearing it. He started sweating. Now I found all his shit before. The only thing is I didn't archive all it. I wish I did. I wish I downloaded all his TikToks. So he's a musician, right? A guitarist. And you could tell he was a struggling musician. He was doing a series like TikToks, like 1 video a day for 365 days, some music stuff. And after like 100 days, it just stopped in 2022. And all his social media stopped because he's on Facebook. I think you can find him on Facebook. Can't remember his last name right now though. Damn, what is his last name? But his last video made was something about a breakup. And then next thing you know, he disappeared. So I guess you can infer something into that, maybe, possibly. You're here for Shannon's, no, man. Guys, first off, Shannon is married. First off, she's married. Shannon is married. Secondly, man, what are you guys looking at? What are you guys looking at? Shannon? No, hell no. You guys crazy. That video I shot yesterday, they're like, look at the way Shannon was. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I said, Scientology cake looked crazy. Even that looked crazy. She went running away. Here, let me show you. She went running away. Oh, it's got a message right now about a Scientology piece that will be coming out. By somebody on YouTube, a documentary, somebody on YouTube with like very, 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 very large. And they're asking for some follow-up info. They're having a hard time right now, man. They're having a hard time. Like I've always said, like myself, Jessica, Cuts, others. It's like we were good at doing little funny things and give people basic information in Scientology. You learn like, hey, it's a cult. But sometimes, and for a lot of people, that's good enough. They're like, oh yeah, cool. Thank you for saving my time. You know, I don't want to dig too deep into it. Right? If you can find them walking past and somebody be like, oh, that's Falun Gong, that's, you know, another cult. I'll be, oh, cool, thank you. I don't need to know the ins and outs. I don't need to know everything about it. And so, but then there are people who do want to know, who do want information, who do want to know what is it like to grow up in Scientology? What is it like to an average day in Scientology? And that's where people like Jenna and Aaron have really been absolutely crushing it lately, especially on other platforms, right? Because it's one thing to go on YouTube, but then going on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, you're reaching whole different audiences, bringing a lot of people that you normally wouldn't. So I think the combination of some of the people out here at the test center, and then you have the people doing the more in-depth stuff like Jenna, and her TikToks are insane. They're incredible, low-key. They're devastating. After watching hers the other day, I'm like, you know, actually fuck Shelly Miscavige. Like she's just as abusive as the rest of them. And she's not missing. Apparently she has been seen out at dinner or movies recently. Like she's living a good life on the backs of Sea Org members and slaves. So actually, like, to hell with her. Like, she's an awful person too. And I didn't know that until I'd watched Jenna's video on it. So I think there's an interesting dynamic between all these different pressures. Its own like ecosystem. And once again, it's about like everybody uplifts each other. You don't have to tear people down. You know, you could literally have fun, do this, inform people, and have a good time doing it, and feel good about each other, and make sure you're trying to spread the word through other people's stuff. That's how effective movements are done. Now you have effective movements by doing things that people want to be part of, not things that drive people away. What's going on now is stuff that people want to be part of. Nobody wants to look at Scientology content to look about all your damn troubles and who's dating who, and this person said that about this. Like, shut up, nobody cares. That little 12-year-old kid standing right here for 5 minutes did more than most of these complainers and babies and weirdos and ever do. So yeah, no, I'm having fun with it right now. And you know what it doesn't require? It actually doesn't require a ton of like sitting out here live streaming here or other locations. Like I said a million times, live streaming is a tool. It's not activism in itself. It's just a tool that activists can use. There's a lot of tools you can use. Lesson learned is that sometimes when you're live streaming, people will show up and sort of chase clout and really have nothing to offer and not really care about what's going on, as long as they're getting, because the way it used to be, somebody can come right here, there's a crowd right here, and you're live streaming, they start live streaming, they can get a couple thousand subscribers real quickly, but they didn't actually care about anything done, it was about them. So the nice thing is there's very little live streaming because it doesn't need to be. These kids ruin them, destroy them. Everybody that walks by, nobody's falling for this stuff anymore. So it doesn't require a ton of live streaming. You don't have to live stream like that. You can get it. Actually, I find it just, you get your point across way better in just regular videos, you know? You can live stream and get like 10,000 views, and it's mostly like a lot of the same people who've been watching it over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, that's cool. But at the same time, if you want to reach new people, you got to get it out there further, so you can just make a video talking about how anything, you know, like the way that the Church of Scientology feels about people who have mental or physical disabilities and how they see them as subhuman and stuff. You put out a minute video like that, and then next thing you know, that thing gets 1 million views. You've reached 1 million people who've learned something about it. Then maybe it sparks something in them and says, man, I want to learn a little bit more. What is Scientology? And they go and search, what is Scientology? And the next thing comes up is, you know, you got Jenna or Aaron's or Tori's videos about what it's like being in Scientology. And then at that point, they watch that, they're like, no, they're freaked out. They're like, no, hell no, what the fuck is this shit? I want nothing to do with this crazy shit. You're gonna take Shannon or Ross to buy some new pants? Shannon's pants are awful on a regular basis lately. Those capris, she borrowed them from Joey. There's only 2 people I know that wear capris. Joey and Shannon. When Shannon sees it, when she goes running away, she does the Shannon shuffle, runs away, scurries away. It's funny, the other night I was doing a live out here and I was talking about how I haven't seen Joey in forever. Then I was chasing around. Okay, so there was this one guy who shows up at protests. You guys know what I'm talking about. I've had a few conversations with him. I appreciate it. There's a guy who's been showing up at like ICE protests. Tall white guy, wears a vest. And I've had conversations with him, nice guy. And then somebody pointed out that he'd been convicted of some crimes against children in Texas. So I'm like, man, but I don't trust what people say, and I don't trust what like some no-frills white website says. So I went to the Texas website, paid the whatever it was, few dollars, to get the actual documents, and it's true. 2 counts of something with a 12-year-old. So then the other night I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard.
Did they close because you're standing here?
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, they fogged the window up.
They know.
They know.
Is Shannon here today?
I don't know if she was here. I know Twilla was behind the desk right now, and Toucan was out here a little while ago. They went running. Toucan's, she hadn't been around for a couple years. She showed up again maybe like a month ago, tall, skinny. I always say she has the longest back in Hollywood.
What the Lurch, that super tall guy? Have you seen him around?
I have not seen Lurch
They sent him
since
off to God knows where.
January 2024 is the last time I saw him.
How long have you been doing this? I've been seeing this forever.
I started like right in front of here, I would say in May 2023. And then
It's good. It's really good.
I started on TikTok in like October or September of 23.
It's amazing. Truly so good what you guys are doing. Keep doing it.
I appreciate
Keep people
you.
away from this fucking bullshit.
That's right.
Have a good
Take care. Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, I found out that guy who was had those crimes against children. I was walking down there. I was going to Body Energy Club, like I always do. Before I went there, I went running across the street to catch him at their L. Ron Hubbard Museum. I didn't catch him, so I was walking down the street. Next thing I know, I saw a guy. I'm like, is that him right there? I'm like, I was just talking about that guy being a predator. And I went to Body Energy Club, got my drink. Then I realized, I confirmed it, saw a live stream. Somebody sent me his live stream, but he was inside somewhere. So I was like, because I want to confront him about this. You know, is it true? Is it true that you have these crimes against children? Because when I look at his YouTube channel is like him exploring like amusement parks and kids events. Like, what the fuck is that? Nah, hell no. So I was going to confront him. And so anyway, then a police incident happened out there. They had a guy on a bus and they took him off. I had a smoothie spilled all over me, so I went home to change. And I was still going to go looking for him to confront him. By that time, he was somewhere around here, and I came over here. And then I started talking to a family. We were talking for like 2 hours out here. Caught him getting on the bus and stuff. But as I'm talking, who comes walking by? It was like 11:30. Joey came walking by right here. He didn't say a word. I think he was surprised to see me, quite honestly, because I wasn't live, so I don't know if he would have known I was here. Like right now, Joey's watching. Hi, Joey. Joey, how? Joey, I heard. Joey, is it true that? I already know that you got beat up once. I got a video of that. Joey told me, no, I did not get beat up. I said, yeah, you were on the ground, Joey. No, I wasn't. I pulled out a picture, a screenshot. I'm like, no, that's you on the ground right there. He's like, he was shocked because he didn't know that somebody was filming it from not that far away. And then so I guess, he said he got beat up and he had a knife on him. He had his knife, and they took the knife away from him. He got beat up and took a knife. So why are you carrying a knife if you're gonna get beat up and have your knife taken away? What's going on, brother? So it's like, it's kind of pathetic. But whatever. But then, like I said, there's a guy that works on this boulevard. I'm not gonna say where, but he was telling me how Joey came up and started forcing himself on, because Joey does that. He's like, you have to love me. I demand that you love me. Like, no, you're boring, Joey. Joey, you're boring. You're not interesting, Joey. And he got into a fight with that guy too. And the guy beat him up and took his knife. Everybody keeps taking his knife away. Why do you keep getting beat up and having your knife taken away? What is the point of carrying a knife? Your knife keeps getting taken away from you. The first time they took it away, they went and gave it to an old lady for safekeeping. And so he started following the old lady into her building. Like, Joey's out of control, man. I really would like to have contact with his therapist to let him know that Joey needs to get his shit together, a little help. surprised I haven't seen Patrick Perry. See him a lot lately. We're cool. We sell our beef. Although I believe his dog bit somebody the other day, and there was a bunch of blood all over the place. That's what I heard. They know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Did Francois ever pay up? Francois has been running from process servers, doing everything she can to not be served. But she can't. No, Dorothy has never received a single penny. So I know some people be like, oh man, some dipshit, like, oh, Dorothy's getting paid. She didn't get paid. She has not received a fucking penny other than my retainer and Danny's retainer. She hasn't gotten shit. People should be a little more thankful. When is she going to get paid? She is never going to receive any money from Joey. Let's face reality. Joey talks about how he's a successful animator. Well, his tax returns say otherwise. Because he's got nothing but Social Security coming in. No residuals, none of that stuff. And then Francois, eventually she's going to pay up. She absolutely is. But you have to go through a lot of fucking bullshit and honestly pay a lot of people to get access to the assets and recover it. So you end up getting half of what you were entitled to, and over years, years away. So yeah, people would talk about, oh well, Dorothy's getting paid. The worst thing I ever did was introduce her to this community. Should have just kept it. Because people have just like treated her like shit for just being helpful. Always got to talk down about her. And then people are like, hey, can you help out with attorney? I'm not helping out shit. Like, can I get attorneys? Yes. Yes. Will I do it for 99% of these people? No. If you set up a lemonade stand in front of Scientology, I think that somebody has that idea. Somebody already created that idea with the mad juicy cheeseburgers. Who's Dorothy? Dorothy is my attorney who won multiple cases, both against the Scientology plant, Joey, and La Poubelle, which is Scientology adjacent. Is Angel still around? Nah, nobody's seen Angel in a while. I don't feel bad for Angel. Feds have taken down 2 cults in the last month. Did not hear about that. What's going on, brother? Is it still slow? Man. Tour bus driver talking about slow. It's been slow as hell. Again, this is, Thursday night might not be the busiest, but it's actually usually a busier night. Slowest nights are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Busiest nights are Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A little bit Sunday. It's summertime right now. People are usually on vacation. These streets are packed. This is what it looks like. This is what it used to look like 2 years ago, 3 years ago at 2 o'clock in the morning. It used to look like this. Not at 8 o'clock in the summertime. I'm being dead serious. I always avoided walking down Hollywood Boulevard because I just hated having to walk through all the foot traffic. I would end up walking in the street. Avoid the sidewalks, walk in the street, because you'd have some fucking tourists standing right here looking at, like, whose star is it? It's a blank star. It's a blank fucking star. You could pick your head up and keep on walking, lady. Lady, I don't care. Move your walker and get out of the way. It's a blank star. There's nothing to see, but the tourists, they always pack the sidewalks, but now there's nobody out here. My favorite food vendor ain't out there right now. She would have normally been here. The vendors down there are not many. I still can't get over the other night though. The guitar case. I gotta make a video about that because I got a lot of footage. Again, they had a guitar case that was sitting over here. Oh no, it was either here at first. I don't know if it was here and they moved it over here or if it was just right here. And it's really cool to have, like, you always have to have those wires hanging out. I guess they're using that for grounding, huh? So, of course, I gotta kick it. My intrusive thoughts. So they shut down right here. Jessica was out here first. They showed up, pulled up right here and put yellow tape. Then they shut down the whole fucking street. From Highland down there, the red light all the way down there, past this green light, past the second one, and to halfway down that block by Cabo. Shut all this shit down for 4 hours because there was a suspicious guitar case. And then they came and they brought the robot, and the robot was doing a bunch of things with it, taking x-rays for like 20 minutes of x-rays, and it went back to its command post. Then they came over and they got down on their hands and knees and tied a rope to it, and then went over here and pulled it. I'm like, why are they pulling it? Like, you were unafraid to stand there and tie it up, and then they pulled it. They had a rope over here, and they pulled it up here and had it hanging here, and we're jiggling it because we pay them like $250,000 a year to have them pull it over, put up on a rail and jiggle it. That's the way you check for bombs, I guess. And then they realized there was no bomb. They evacuated the entire street. When I say they closed it down, they didn't just close it down and be like, guys, keep on doing what you want. No, every person had to be evacuated. The store had to close down. That taco truck had to leave. They had like 30, 40 bikers over there. They had to leave. Everybody had to leave. Did not have to leave, them. Shannon was sitting right in there at the front desk, looking left and right. Everybody had to leave. And again, remember, see how it is right now? See how there's not much business going on right now? These stores, vendors, merchants, they rely on this time of year, summertime. Like, this is when they make their money, and there isn't any money being made. And yet it was a week ago, I think it was last Friday night? I don't know which night it was. They lost the whole night from basically 8, 9 o'clock on. Well, they had to shut down their businesses and not make any money because these people who don't pay any taxes decided to call in a suspicious guitar case. That's the craziest part is, like, you have a guitar case right here, but what's over here? You got music school right there, music school around the block. You know what they play in there? They play guitars. Somebody left their fucking guitar case, and they said no. They called 911. Again, they don't pay taxes, but they sure as hell use our resources. What, they had drones out here? It was ridiculous, man. They had fucking drones. They had everything. All those resources used for these babies right here because Shannon called in a bomb threat. And really, I think it was because I think Jessica was out here, and I think she was they were talking to some people out here or something like that. And they just want to get them away, so you call in a bomb threat or whatever. And no, not a bomb, a suspicious package. Oh, time is it? 8:01. I'm out of here, guys. You guys have a good night. Shout out to the mods. You can come on out, Shannon. You're not recruiting anybody, so you can come on out. You're not getting anything done. Get nothing done. Take care, guys.